Okay, so what's happening in the world of retail and shoppers? Now, this is a tough thing for me to do. We've got 32 different countries represented in this room. So I've got to come up with something which is relevant to everybody. That's going to be a tough call. I'm going to try my best, though, because things are changing everywhere for different reasons and at different paces. But even if in your market you see the changes at retail are happening slowly or in small ways, one of the things that we found is even the tiniest change in shopping behavior can have a disproportionately large impact on the businesses that are operating in that market. So to talk about the future, I need to spend a moment talking about the past. Arguably, there has been one trend in retail for about 50 years. And that's been a trend towards one-stop shopping. Not always the same in every single market, but if you look globally, the general trend has been away from buying lots of products in lots of different specialist shops, going to a butcher and a baker and a candlestick maker, moving away from that and starting to shop in a mini-mart or a supermarket, and then that supermarket becomes a hypermarket, which now doesn't just stock groceries, it does newspapers and magazines, it does greeting cards and life insurance, and pretty much everything you want. And up until around about 5 years ago, that trend seemed unstoppable. This was the way people wanted to shop. Everyone found it so much more convenient to buy everything in the same place. And about 5 years ago, something quite remarkable started to happen. This big basket of shops started not just to slow down that trend, but the trend actually began to reverse. We started to see shopping fragmenting in lots of little ways. In many parts of the world, we're seeing the growth of specialists. In the UK now, there are more independent butchers than there have been for 30 years. Globally, there are more independent music stores now than since records began. There are more bakers in certain parts of the world. There are stores like this is a place in Amsterdam which focuses on organic dairy products. No one could do that 10 years ago. No one dared do it. And it's happening online as well. Now these stores, these specialists aren't for everybody. Not everybody goes and buys their meat from a specialist butcher or their bakery goods from a specialist baker or chooses to go and buy organic products from an organic store. But some do. And it takes a little chunk away from that big basket that hypermarket retailers depend on. The internet creates the capability for specialists, even super niche specialists. These guys sell coffee beans. Now, for many people, going to a specific website to buy coffee would be probably a waste of time. But to some people, this is nirvana, because coffee is really important to them. Not only do they enjoy using coffee, consuming coffee, it's not just important to them as a consumer, they actually kind of get a kick out of the shopping process too. They like going onto a site like this. It's fun. They like choosing it. They like selecting. They can have their own personal blend made for them. Now, at the same time, there's other people who would, you know what, give me a little jar of Red Cup, Nescafe. That's perfect. But again, what's happening is a small percentage of shoppers are being teased away from the one-stop shop.